It has now been over a year since I reviewed this laptop right there, the Asus Vivobook F510UA. And I have some things to say about it after such a long time. Let's get to them. First of all, I still stand by a lot of things I said in the first review I did of this laptop. It is a great budget laptop for around $500 to $600 depending on where and when you buy it. And for someone who doesn't need a whole lot of power, it will probably serve you really well. However, after such a long time, I have indeed built my own desktop because I needed more power, and that was actually cheaper than this laptop was, and I get better performance out of it. And I have discovered issues with this laptop that I didn't know about or didn't feel were worth addressing in the first review. The biggest issue I have with this machine is that after I tried to upgrade the RAM, which was successful for a couple weeks, it started every now and again having a blue screen of death. Even though these RAM sticks were the same size, 8 gigabytes, and were the same speed, I think 3200 megahertz. The problem is that the timings were different. I think one of them was CL16 and the other CL14, which was what was causing the issue. And in the BIOS, there was no option to adjust the timings so that this incompatibility issue was fixed. So naturally, I just tried to take the worst stick of RAM out. I can live with 8 gigabytes, it's not ideal, but I can do it. But these blue screens of death persisted. So I tried taking out the new stick, putting in the old stick, and they still persisted. Depending on how often and for how long I used it, I would see these blue screens of death every couple days to a few weeks apart. It could be a flaw in my model, I don't know, but it's something to keep in mind. My other big issue with it nowadays is that there are likely better options out there for your money now that this has been released almost 2 years ago. And then there are some more persnickety issues that I have with it now that I have increased the amount of video editing and photography editing that I typically do, which is why I built my desktop. That gives me more horsepower, and it allows me to customize its features, its interface options, etc., etc. Some of these more persnickety things that I have with it, which caused me to upgrade to the desktop, are the lack of Ethernet, the lack of Thunderbolt, its poor integrated graphics, which are just going to come with a machine of this price, as well as its display. But again, you have to keep the price in mind. For a $500 to $600 laptop, this is still a pretty good buy, and I still use it on a frequent basis for more office-style work, like writing Word documents, or if I just need something portable. I can still edit photos on it, and if it's 1080p and I make proxies, I can edit videos on it. But again, it's not ideal for my use case, and for other people who are in the creative production field, such as photo and video, there are better options out there, even for a similar price point. Would I still recommend this machine so long a time later? Almost certainly not. I'm sure that there are a few exceptions depending on how you're going to use it, what you need. There are some advantages to this machine, but again, it's almost 2 years old. There are better options out there now, and that memory issue, honestly, is kind of turning me off because a lot of people upgrade the RAM in their machines, but if it's going to cause the computer to crash, then it's kind of a deal breaker. If you want to see my original opinion of this machine to help you determine whether or not it is right for you, you can see that in the cards above. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and comment down below if you have this machine and what you like and don't like about it. First of all, it said that there was an error with the some of these problems